All right, we're back again to talk sports right here at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakwa saying welcome on board.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
Glad you could join us on the show. I'm Taya Salam.
Okay, let's go. Let's begin from Nigeria, where, as you know, yesterday the 71st annual general meeting of the Nigeria Football Federation was done. A lot of talks went down, but this will be of interest to players, particularly players of Taraba FC. The Minister for Youth and Sport, Solomon Dalong, says he has given the NFF, the LMC, all those involved with players' welfare in Nigeria till Christmas to pay off their wages.
Okay, and for Taraba, day 3, spending the night outside. Well, still staying in Nigeria, we're talking about the Lagos Tennis Governors Cup. And of course, we're no Nigerian right now in the quarterfinals. The Futures 3, we had one Nigeria actually make it to the quarterfinal, but all of them are out in the second round. But you have players from Zimbabwe, Uganda, and South Africa in the quarterfinals.
Not a good one for Nigerian tennis at all. Cecilia and Austin. Hopefully, the authorities in charge, will do a lot more, to ensure that our players, can mix it up with the very best around the world. Also on the show today, the Golden State Warriors are back with a bang. In their first game since losing their 24-game unbeaten run, the Warriors destroyed the Phoenix Suns 128-103, with Klay Thompson leading the way with 43 points.
27 of them in third quarter.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah, we're used to talking about Steph Curry all the time, but this is actually one of the other guys there that really makes the Golden State Warriors really thick. Klay Thompson is a great shooter, If you leave him, give him a lot of space,
yes.
He will destroy you from the three-point line. So good to see the Golden State Warriors back.
That's right.
And who knows, they might go on another run.
Okay, let me shock you here. On Friday, they're going to be meeting Milwaukee Bucks again.
Oh, really? Payback time.
So just hold
Payback time.
on.
Believe
So
that.
after that,
Payback
we'll
time,
hear what's
Cecilia.
gonna happen. After that,
I'm sure they're going to make you rain on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Watch that space.
They will watch that game that ended their unbeaten run and say to themselves, let's give these guys some beating. But as you said, Klay Thompson, stepping up when he needs to. That's what a champions team does.
Yes.
When you see that the pressure is on a particular player, other players just
step up. Yeah.
Back in the days when the Chicago Bulls were Chicago Bulls,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Every player steps up, does what the San Antonio Spurs
As
also.
well, yeah,
Everybody
that's
LA Lakers,
just
come
sees.
on.
Everybody just sees reasons to, rally around the team, and that's why
LA Lakers.
that's why it stays fun. I'm going to come to that.
Yeah.
LA Lakers. But what I'm saying is, the Golden State Warriors, they'll see reasons now to say, we know we can be beaten. So there's no point being overconfident anymore. When they have a serious game to play, they will go there, play, and win. LA Lakers, I don't know what Cecilia is trying to achieve.
Exactly. I don't
We're
get
talking
it.
about some big teams and all that when they were at their very best. I'm trying to tell you,
Okay,
not
that
only
is
San Antonio
very
Spurs, not
familiar.
only Cleveland,
Yeah.
Okay.
not only Miami Heat. We had LA Lakers
Yeah,
also.
we get your point now.
This
Cecilia.
is what-
When we
Jackson.
speak LA Lakers this season, we just remember their terrible
Yeah.
run. I love that.
Okay,
But
okay,
we're
just
actually
like
glad that they also
right
got
now,
back
the
to winning
Chelsea
ways.
of the NBA. Okay.
Did you hear
Oh
that?
my days,
To the
Cecilia.
Chelsea fans,
I would say
Okay.
they've won 4 games. They've won 4 games this season. Bottom and
so
bottom.
it's Chelsea of the NBA.
Just look at that. Big teams that are underachieving in their various leagues.
Thank you.
That's your point, right, Cecilia?
Yeah.
Very
Especially when
valid
you have
point.
when you have the class, when you have the players, when you feel okay. All right, Governor's Cup, right?
That's
That we're
right.
starting from Tyre. I'll leave this for you. I don't
Why
like
you
the bad
leaving
news.
it?
I don't like us leaving the Governor's Cup to Tile Salam.
Exactly.
He
Yeah.
just comes here and tells us that
I'll just tell you how it
Nigerian
is.
players will just
They're
go
out.
see him out of position and then they'll just fizzle out, and that
Yeah.
seems to be
Okay,
happening.
let's take a look at a particular scoreline between Moses Michael and number 1 Topsy, talking about set pitch. It was kind of close, Tyre.
Second set. Second
Yeah.
set when you look
Yeah,
like
it was
you already
close.
see that it's end of the road after losing the first set.
Okay.
It shows he's got something.
Yeah, the results on the screen already. Aldin Setkic beat Moses Michael 6-1, 6-4. I get what you're saying. Moses Michael over the 2 sets was able to win 5 games. It's good enough. Considering the opposition he faced, the lad from Bosnia is a very good player, very experienced, been on tour for ages, been around the block, and so for Moses Michael to get 5 games off him, yeah, he can build on it, but that's not what we want. We want a lot better for our Nigerian players, and we have Takai Garanganga as well to beat in Joseph Ubon Cecilia in that one. 6-4, 6-2.
That was also very close. 6
Yeah, that's not close. 6-4, 6-2. Yeah, the first set was close, but the second set 6-2. Nah, not good enough. But then Ubon as well too is a young player. Is still coming up. Hopefully, he gets enough games. That's going to make his game improve. As it progresses. And Fabian Rubel, we talked about it yesterday. Yeah. Austin, he beat Sylvester Emmanuel 6-2, 6-4. Lloyd Harris from South Africa beats Jesse Kalambai 6-3, 6-2. While what's the name of I'm not going to pronounce that name because
Andrian Trifro.
I'm not going to pronounce that name.
No.
Tessa
you just say Tessa Andra Jarafritro.
Yeah. The big Blessing Samuel in that one. 6-love, not good at all for
that was
Blessing.
The only Nigerian lady that actually made it to the second round. In the futures of 3, she crashed out in the first round. But this one she got to the second round. Well, not a bad one, but the loss is really.
Yes, Celia, I like that you're trying to point the baby steps. But that's not what we should be taking at this time in our tennis. So we should be talking about leaps, not baby steps. Because the talents
I told you about some of these international players when they come. Some of them will tell you that look, they've been playing around the tour for like 3, 4, 5 months. I mean, our players they're happy with this Governors' Cup simply because that's the only tournament
that's about all they're going to get.
They get to play with other international stars. They can't even leave the country, to play. And hopefully, Christian Paul will go to the quarterfinals because NTF president talking about Sandans has already said that anybody who gets to that particular stage would definitely be looked into. He will be sponsored. He would be attending international circuits and all that across Africa, maybe anywhere he really wants to go to. We'll get to see that one next year. And if more tennis championships start coming, and definitely you see that these players will definitely do better. It's all about you playing regularly and get to have match games and all that. That alone helps you.
For exposure, for experience, for all-round development. Speak to any sports person in Nigeria that is not a footballer. All you hear is we need more competitions. I keep saying it, and I say to myself, these administrators, don't they hear this? You know why we've not been talking about tennis? We don't talk about tennis much because we wait till it's time for the Governors' Cup.
And the National League.
The National League.
We hope they're going to have it next year.
Next year.
Just started.
Exactly. So you don't hear it. Boxing, until the All-African Games, was it not just because Kenneth Minima sponsored the National Open Championship? That was the only competition in 2015 tired.
And they went to All-African Games.
And 2015 is done.
It's gone.
Only weightlifting until the All-African Games, that open camp. Only wrestling until the All-African Games. That screening in Abuja that brought together all the wrestlers. Only. I don't get it.
It's not good enough.
That's the problem. We're talking about badminton now because Lagos gives us the classics. Then they did the national, and then they did the under 17 and under 19 in Abuja. We got talking about badminton. Someone said they're just talking about football. No.
Football is busy.
There's a league. They do this, they do that. They're all grassroots programs.
And the annual general meeting, you're a part of it and all that. Now tell me, when will maybe weightlifting be having theirs? You don't even know. Yesterday I had to start asking Okorodudu, when are you guys going to start camp for Olympics and all that? He said probably January, and hopefully that January, just waiting, they can start calling players to camp and see how far they'll be able to go in boxing also.
Ball is in your courts now. All the administrators by now they should have an idea of what their calendar will be like for 2016. All the activities, all the programs should be known by now. How they're going to, how they're going to realize all these programs and activities. They should know or have an idea by now, but it doesn't seem that way.
And remember, Ty and Cecilia, we actually went all out to make sure that we speak to some presidents to tell us their plans for 2015. A lot didn't even get 20% of it. Maybe Taekwondo, they got there, we spoke to them.
Taekwondo,
aside Taekwondo,
you're struggling to
the table tennis, also the classics and some of the Sojoba and others. Yes, table tennis got busy. Kudos to table tennis also, but aside that, nobody. And so 2016 is coming now. All presidents of sports federations in Nigeria were getting ready. They need to come here and tell us their plans. for 2015. Because if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail.
Definitely.
And then we'll come here again and every athlete will be saying, no competitions, help us. And Tayo Salah will be ready to say they got smashed and blah, blah.
they crashed out.
Oh my goodness.